Good morning. Trent Alexander-Arnold has done quite a lot of interviews this season, more than I think I've ever known him to do. But there are a couple that came out, well, I think one's going to come out today before the game from Sky Sports, and then there's one on the Liverpool homepage. The Sky Sports one, they showed a snippet of it yesterday, and he basically says that he wants to be the first right-back to ever win the Ballon d'Or. You know, it doesn't matter about accolades or trophies at the end of the season. It matters if you fulfilled your potential. He's been told from the age of 4, then 17, and then even now, you know, you've got all this potential, And he said at the end of his career, he wants to basically look back and go, I fulfilled my potential. Now that is the mindset of a Salah or a Cristiano Ronaldo, isn't it? That I have to push myself and keep going until I filled my potential, which rarely anyone ever feels their potential, because when you're better, people just think you can get better. So it's a constant push, which I found really interesting. But the more interesting one, I think, is the one on the website, which is he gets asked, you know, what's the difference between his position now rather than under Klopp? And he basically says that every game he plays a different position depending on how the opposition press. So he said, if you watch the United game, I was almost a number 10 for most of the game, whereas there's other games where I'm actually playing as a right back, or I'm playing to help out Gravenberch at number 6. And he said it all depends on what Slot has said in their singular meetings every week about how the other team press, and basically what Slot is looking for. And apparently he scrutinises all the little details to try and find this information out, is where they have the fewest players on the pitch when they press. So say they all press through the centre, the opposition, that means there'll be less players on the wings. So then what Liverpool will do is they will overload, they will send more players to the wings so that they have 2 or 3 on 1 or 2 of the opposition players. So they overload it, which gives them success in building the ball forward, which then gives them a chance at goal. Obviously, every team presses differently. So every week, Slot is changing Liverpool's pressing tactics to combat the opposition team. Now, I know you think, well, obviously every team does that, but that isn't actually the case. Like Liverpool in the past under Klopp, he would have looked at what the other team would do, but in actual fact, he would say, we are the pressing monster. They have to worry about us. So he would go and play the game that we wanted to. And if a team managed to work it out, we would lose or concede a goal. But in actual fact, what Slot is doing now, which is why we're seeing more control, I think, is he's saying, we're Liverpool, we can kill them on the counter, but we want to control the game. And the way to do that is to find their weakness and exploit it, which I find is fascinating. I really hope that Trent is seeing how Slot is adding to his game, and he's integral to our transitions. And I really hope that Trent is seeing this and going, I need to stay with Slot. I'm going to sign a new contract. Let me know what you think. Really excited for the game later. Come on, you Reds.